Hi, in this video you will see how on my very first shoot my new camera Sony a6700 pissed me off at first, frustrated me later, and in the end I found the wrong but working way to make it do what I want it to do. So watch how I suffered on a location. I know my pain is the most interesting content on this channel.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I found a new location for me. This is actually the mountain bike trail. Literally I stay on the crossroads of biking trails. But it's Tuesday and I hope there are no bikers today. In other case I could have some problems staying here. Take a look at those colors. This trail looks so fresh, so vibrant. I love the shape of this trail and all these different routes steering from the ground. I decided why not. This is a nice place to test my Sony a6700, right? And as you can see, I found some strange L bracket. It's kind of universal one. It fits a 6700 but not quite good, not in the proper way. I keep opened this part with the SD card slot. That means I got this vertical plate on the other hand. And it's not very convenient, but I didn't find any other options. So my composition is very straightforward, and I still have no filters, ND filters or CPL filters for this lens. So I'll try to make an exposure stack. I will take several pictures, one exposed for the shadows and one exposed for the highlights. And then I'll stitch these shots in Lightroom, which I didn't try yet with the shots from this camera. And I'm not quite sure if everything is in focus. I found my first misunderstanding about this camera, or I could say the lack of knowledge how to use this camera, because I saw several reviews and I was thinking I realized pretty much everything about the usage of this camera. Now I tried to use this camera the same way like I used my old Fuji X-T3. I mean the touch focus. On my X-T3 I just touched the random point on the screen and camera will focus on this point, this exact point where I touched. On this camera seems like it doesn't work this way, or I cannot find the proper way to use it this way. Or probably Sony just believes that I don't need this option, I don't know. Sounds more Apple-ish. Now the sun has shone from the clouds and I believe it's a nice time to pass this trail up and to realize what's up there. And here, a little bit higher, this trail looks even more beautiful. I love the shapes of this trail, with roots layering to the top. In my opinion, this looks amazing. This scene is gorgeous and I believe it's worth a shot. And as usual, if any of those shots turns out to be any good, here are the shots or the shot. And take a look what have I found on the top. Can't you see this? It's so strange. I have to take a shot of this thing. I want to take a shot from a distance because I got 135 millimeters after all. So I have to use it, right? Just because I want. Everything is so different after Fujifilm. It's kind of... Oh, it makes me crazy. It's so freaking different from a Fujifilm. Fujifilm was also very different from Canon. I just have to calm down and I have to find out how to set the freaking focus point not in the center. See you in a moment. Probably I do understand it wrong way, and probably I do use it wrong way, but traction control by finger, by tapping the screen, and when I change the angle of my lens to make this traction to locate on the point I want to be in focus. It works, but probably it's not the proper way of using of this camera. I have to read the manual again. I was afraid because I was thinking this is a monument for victims of bombing of Yugoslavia in 1999, and I just didn't want to show any disrespect to such a monument. But the name of this monument, it's written down on the side. The name of this monument is Blue Star. Seems like it's not about the victims, I don't know, because it also has some poem written on the side, and the author of this poem has died before the Yugoslavia war has started. But anyway, it's kind of very attractive place, very interesting shape of monument, like a star, and you can see the entire city of Novi Sad through this arch. Several valleys, the hillsides. It's beautiful. But now it's just the very beginning of spring and everything is looking quite poor for now, but I believe in summer this view should be like a Toscana. And despite the fact I still studying how to use this camera, and I was struggling in the beginning about the lack of this tap to focus option here, I realized that the button, backside focus button on this camera just starts some kind of artificial intelligence in this autofocus engine, and when I press this button, this camera somehow recognizing the subject I want to shoot, and it's pointing this focus point specifically on the subject I want to shoot. I'm not sure if I understand this in a correct way. I'm not sure if it should work like this, but it just works like a magic, and I love it. If you got any suggestions about how to set up with touchscreen focus point on the Sony a6700, just let me know in the comments, please, because probably this is the only thing that makes me crazy about this camera. And thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Ciao for now.